started trying to build that business, and the first question I had to ask myself is, what do I build? It's a simple question, and to a normal person, it's an innocent one. But to me, it felt like the answer to that question determined if I was going to be a success or a failure. I spent weeks researching ideas, products, listening to podcasts, talking to friends, literally doing anything I could to figure out the answer to that question. This video taught me a lesson. When I started this video, the first question I had to ask myself is, what video am I gonna make? But you already know how I think. The idea for this video is gonna determine if it's a success or a failure. So what do? I start watching other YouTube channels. I start looking into storytelling. I start analyzing what videos resonate with me. I start the cycle of finding the answer to that question again. There's nothing special about this week, and just like every week leading up to this one, I didn't have a clue what video I was gonna make. But I told myself, I'll figure it out, because that's what I did every week. On Monday, I think of an idea, balancing building in public versus actually building in public. So the next day, I go to write this script to turn this vague idea into something concrete. At the same time, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, basically reverse engineering other people's videos. So I'm taking things I like from their videos and putting them into mine. From transitions to how they tell stories, it's really just a whole bunch of things. And the whole point of this reverse engineering is to make my videos better. One thing I know now that I didn't know then was watching those videos has a real effect on how I want to make my videos. Anyways, I get done watching those videos and then I go back to writing my script. And the first thing I start doing is thinking, how am I gonna make my video good? AKA more like the ones I just watched. And I'm struggling. I don't see how I can do that. And this idea that really resonated with me doesn't anymore. So I start changing the idea to more resemble the things that I just watched. So my idea goes from balancing building in public versus actually building in public to 5 reasons you should build in public to how building in public changed my life. And when I got to how building in public changed my life, I felt good about it. Eventually I get to a place that's not a finished state, but the video is pretty fleshed out. And again, I start thinking, how am I gonna make this video really good? And I compare what I have in my head versus what I just watched on YouTube. And again, I start doubting this idea. Is it good enough? And eventually I scrap it again. So I call it a day and I'm like, I'll just figure it out tomorrow somehow. But this YouTube video isn't the only thing I'm trying to finish. I'm also working on another project called Bannerspace that lets people sell advertising space on their Twitter banners. So I come up with this plan. I'll spend the rest of today working on Bannerspace, and I'll think of a new idea today that I can go and I can film and finish tomorrow. So I decide to make a music video for a friend's song. Saturday comes around. As soon as I wake up, I go and I start shooting footage. While I'm not doing this, I go into a coffee shop to take a break. Now, when I was sitting in that coffee shop, I realized I had been putting all of my focus into the idea of the video. And I'd been putting very little effort into executing that video. That is, executing the idea for the video. And that's really where I should have been putting almost all of my focus, into making the best video that I could possibly make. And I think people who are really good at something can take a really mediocre idea and turn that into something great. So this is what making that 4th YouTube video taught me. Focus on making the best thing I can with the time I have, instead of putting all of that focus into thinking of the right idea. Because a good idea isn't what makes something good, it's how it's done. Alright, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week. See ya.